Hi everyone, welcome back for another episode of Adams for the Love of Movie Picks. Sorry about last week there, folks. I was just really tired, really busy. Didn't have a chance to record a video, so we're back this week. Now, I know this isn't Sunday, it's Monday, but again, I was busy. Didn't have a chance last night. Super tired, so we're doing it here on the Monday because I happen to have a day off. So this time around, we're going to be talking about the 2012 film, Ted, starring Mark Wahlberg. It's all as John Bennett. You've also got Mila Kunis as Laurie Collins. Seth MacFarlane voices Ted. Joel McHale as Rex. Giovanni Ribisi as Donnie. Patrick Warburton as Guy. Matt Walsh as Thomas. Patrick Stewart as the narrator. Nora Jones as Nora Jones. Sam Jones as Sam Jones. Tom Skerritt as Tom Skerritt. I think that's pretty much the extent of the well-known actors. Ryan Reynolds also does a cameo in this one. So basically, the premise of Ted. By the way, Seth MacFarlane also writes and directs this movie. He's also, if you're not sure who that is, he's the creator of Family Guy and American Dad. So very talented, very funny man. Basically, the premise of Ted is John Bennett as a little boy makes a magical wish that his favorite teddy bear would come to life so they could be best friends forever and ever. And so his wish comes true. Ted comes to life, and this is the start of their adventure. Now, at first, as John is a kid, it's kind of cute, and Ted's adventurous and cute and innocent. But as John gets older, so does Ted. And Ted gets much more dirtier and into stuff, and it's just ends up having more and more escapades, and becomes quite funny. So fast forward to the present. John is 35, living with Ted and his girlfriend Laurie Collins. Basically, it's come to the point in the relationship. Laurie's giving him the ultimatum. Either Ted moves out or she's leaving him. Because with Ted around, he's just, he's at a low-end job working at a rental car company. He's constantly getting into stuff, and he's just not being a mature man. He's a 35-year-old man with a teddy bear. And it's just, some of the stuff that they get into, it's just an absolutely hilarious movie. There's so many scenes in this, no matter how many times I've watched this movie, that just make me laugh every time. And basically, excuse me. There's quite a few different things in this movie that I really liked that are really funny. Like, their favorite movie growing up, of all things, was Flash Gordon from the 80s, which, by the way, is an absolutely terrible movie. Don't recommend it to anybody. But they use it, I think that's why they use it for the premise, because nobody in their right mind likes Flash Gordon, the movie. And the star of it, Sam Jones, basically, Ted knows a guy who knows a guy who knows Sam Jones. And he ends up at a party that Ted's destroying after Ted moves into his own apartment. And at one point, after getting high on cocaine and tequila, he punches a hole in a wall of the apartment into the neighbor's kitchen, who happens to be a guy named Ming. Now, if you don't know in Flash Gordon, that's the name of the bad guy in Flash Gordon is Ming. It's just a whole hilarious scene, absolutely hysterical. You've got the scene where Ted is in the apartment before he moves into his apartment in Laurie's apartment. He has a bunch of strippers over, or not, sorry, strippers, prostitutes, and it's just a whole funny scene, and it's just stuff like that as the movie goes along. It's absolutely hilarious. Lots of funny stuff. I mean, you wouldn't think the premise of a movie about a pot smoking, alcohol drinking, lady screwing teddy bear with a foul mouth would be ever a good concept for a movie, but it just works on so many levels. So funny, highly recommend it. And then the bad guy in this, played by Giovanni Ribisi, is basically, as a kid, he saw Ted on TV, and he wanted a magical little teddy bear, but there was only one, Ted, and he never was able to get it. And so he basically, with his, now in the present, with his own son, Robert, tried to buy Ted from John, and of course, John has no interest, so they end up kidnapping Ted. And John has to come and rescue him. The other bad guy in this is Laurie's dickhead boss, Rex. He provides some, Joe McHale's character provides some pretty funny moments as well. The whole premise of the movie, it just works on so many levels. The cast choices, the supporting cast, great choices. They lend to the movie perfectly for their their roles in the movie, and it just is a great movie overall. Really funny. Highly recommend Ted. Now it is an adult movie, obviously not recommended for a younger audience, and pretty sure it's available wherever movies are sold, and pretty sure it's available on quite a few streaming platforms. All right, there, folks. There you are. You take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next week for another episode.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.